Okay, good morning everyone. We are going to have a little bit of a shorter session this morning. We're in week 3, but kind of at the elements of the weather here. So we might just be a little bit short and intense. We'll work through our series of sun salutations, move into a little bit of a flow, and then tone it down again. So we'll just start off a little bit differently this morning, standing up on our mats, rolling the shoulders up, back and down, planting the feet and just getting grounded here. Breathing in, exhaling out, and maybe rocking back and forth on the feet, finding balance in the toes, and in the heels. Maybe swaying side to side, eyes closed, just tapping into your body. And when you're ready, just coming to stillness, finding your Tadasana. We'll open the practice by chanting Om. So bringing the hands into heart center. Take a deep inhale. Om. We pay our respects to Indigenous leaders, past, emerging, and present. We give thanks to the sages, rishis, and yogis who came before us to share this knowledge. And we give thanks to our higher power, God, divinity, Mother Earth, whatever you like to call it, for bringing you safely onto your mat this morning. So we're just going to do a few somatic movements today. So keeping the feet nice and wide, just past hip length. And we're just going to sway and tap, gently warming up the spine. Making it nice and exaggerated if you can, really swinging those arms, tapping the other side. So somatic movement has a lot to do with tapping, releasing energy, lots of shaking, lots of ecstatic dancing. When you see those sort of programs around, they're not just crazy hippies. Well, sometimes they are. But there are scientific benefits to literally releasing the energy cycles out of us. So when we get stressed and worked up, you notice how everything clenches up. And if we don't release that with a good cry or some movement or a hug, that's where the energy cycle gets stuck. And coming to pause on this one, rolling the shoulders up and back and down again, setting up for Tadasana. Now we're just going to do some gentle bouncing, just lifting the heels off the ground. Toes stay planted. Just bouncing up and down. Maybe even wishing that we wore a bra for this practice. Getting some breath in there too. Maybe inhaling for that 4. Exhaling for 6. Keep cycling around. And we're going to slowly start coming off the mat a little bit more. So maybe taking the whole soles of the feet off, bringing the hands into it, shaking it all out. I went for the first hike in I want to say easily a month yesterday, and I am feeling it in my calves. So now maybe bouncing a little bit side to side. Side to the mat, other side. Really shaking that stagnant energy out. Big hand flicks. And coming to pause. We're going to move straight into our chair. So bringing those knees together. Inhaling, dropping the hips back and down, tilting that pelvis. We're going to exhale out through the mouth. Big whooshing movement to half chair. Inhaling to chair. And half chair. One more. Inhale. And just trying to find some easy comfort in this position. I know that sounds counterintuitive, this position being comfortable. But just relaxing into it where you can. Maybe your quads can loosen. Maybe you can sit down a little further. Bring those shins back so you can see the toes. And then exhaling, hands down to the mat, setting the hips up for our forward fold. Really just enjoying this pose here. Releasing everything from the neck and shoulders. Maybe grabbing the elbows. Looking side to side. Maybe bouncing up and down a bit. And then just finding stillness here. You're going to gently inhale to halfway lift. Really lengthening that spine, the back of the neck. And exhaling back down. Gently rolling vertebrae by vertebrae all the way up. Standing in Uttanasana. Inhaling, circle sweep the arms up again. Clutching hands in prayer. And then exhaling gently over to the left. Sending those hips out to the right. Opening up that side body. Inhaling back up. And exhaling over to the other side. And inhaling back up. Exhaling, hands down to prayer. Then opening ourselves up to Tadasana. From here, circle sweep the arms all the way up. Bring the energy down through that center line. Folding forward nice and gently. Inhaling, halfway lift. And then exhaling, stepping back to your downward facing dog. Really trying to push those heels to the mat. Ribs to the thighs. Dropping the shoulders away from ears, opening up that chest. Maybe walking the dog a bit, sending one heel down, then the other. And from here, we're going to practice jumping through. So you're going to bend your knees, looking between the hands. Inhale here. Exhale, jump to your hands. Bending the hands here. We inhale and exhale back to our chaturanga, our plank, or our down dog. So for our first one, down dog is probably the best one to get to. Inhaling, looking between your hands. Exhaling, jumping up. Inhaling here, planting the hands. Exhale, jumping back. One more time. Inhaling here. Exhaling through. Inhaling here. Exhaling back. Then just finding your comfort again in this down dog. And look between the hands one last time. And you can step or hop to the front of the mat. Finding a down dog. A forward fold. Maybe wrapping those hands behind the calves. Really sending those hips through to the sky. Releasing the hands and circle sweeping the arms. All the way up to standing. And come to heart center. So we'll move through our sun salutations. Inhaling your hands up. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale, stepping that right foot back. Dropping the knee or keeping it up. And inhaling here. Exhale, stepping that left foot back. Downward facing dog. Inhale through to our plank. And exhale, lower all the way down for our first little baby cobra. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. And pushing yourself back into your downward dog. Sending the left foot forward, in between the hands, finding that runner's lunge. And we're going to inhale, stepping that right foot up to meet the left, finding a forward fold. Inhaling, circle sweeping the arms all the way up. And exhaling to heart center. Onto the other side. Inhaling, hands up. And exhaling, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left foot back, finding our runner's lunge. We inhale here. And exhale, stepping that right foot back into our downward facing dog. Moving forward to our plank. Exhaling, chaturanga halfway. Inhaling, upward facing dog. And exhaling back to down dog. Stepping the right foot up between the hands, finding our runners again. Inhaling here. And exhaling, stepping that left foot up to meet the right. Head to knees. Inhale, circle straight the arms all the way up. And exhale, down through the center. Catching our breath here in Tadasana. Opening up our hands to the front, rolling the shoulders back and down. This time we inhale to our chair. Remembering to send those shins back, tucking the tailbone. Chest nice and open, looking up to the sky. We bring the hands to heart center. And we inhale that right leg up, stepping it back behind us for our high crescent lunge. Taking the arms up above the head. Breathing here into this hip flexor. Maybe even a slight back bend here. Then exhaling, framing that front foot, stepping it back, and finding our downward facing dog. Inhaling through to plank. Exhaling, chaturanga halfway down. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Bending the knees here. We look between the hands. We inhale and exhale. Hopping up between the hands, finding our forward fold. We inhale, circle straight the arms all the way up. And exhale through to heart center. Catching our breath here, just recalibrating. Maybe rocking back and forth into the feet, finding our balance. We inhale, finding our chair again. Hips back and down, pelvis tucked. Looking at our toes. We inhale the hands to heart center, bringing that left leg up slightly. Exhale, gently stepping it back with control to finding our crescent lunge. Hands up, maybe in prayer or maybe just sending the hands to the sky. Opening up that hip flexor. Inhaling here, slight back bend. And exhaling, framing that foot. Stepping that right foot back for our downward facing dog. Inhaling through to plank. Exhaling to chaturanga. Inhaling to our upward facing dog. And exhaling to our down dog. Just finding our recovery here. Deep breaths in. This time we inhale our right leg up and back. Bending at the knee, opening up the hips. Finding our scorpion dog. Bringing that right knee to the sky. Maybe even circling that knee in one direction, then the other. Nice deep breath here. And exhaling back to our three-legged dog. We bring that right knee all the way through the center, stepping it between our palms. We drop that back knee. Send the left knee open, so our left foot to the back of the mat, kind of like a kickstand. And inhale, finding our warrior two in a supported version. So our right toes are facing forward, our left toes behind us. Inhale, reversing that warrior. And exhaling, coming through, finding our side angle, opening up the left side. Inhaling gently back for a peaceful warrior one more time. And then exhale, framing that foot. Bringing that left foot back behind us. And sending the foot back for three-legged dog. And then finding your way back in down dog. You can move through a vinyasa here, or just simply stay in down dog, or recuperate in child's pose. If we're doing our vinyasa, sending it through to our flank, dropping to chaturanga, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Nice deep breaths here. We inhale that left foot up and back, three-legged dog. And opening it up, bending at the knee, finding our scorpion dog. Not going too far because you'll drop to the side. Really grounding the right hand into the mat to keep you steady. Maybe circling the knee one way, then the other. Then inhaling it back up for our three-legged dog. Exhaling it through, stepping between the hands. Dropping that right knee out. Right foot comes behind us, and we inhale up for our warrior two on the other side. Energy pointing through those fingertips. We inhale here. And exhale, melt in the pose even more. Inhale, flipping that hand, taking it to reverse warrior. Breathing here with the left side body. Exhaling through, finding our side angle. One line of energy in that right hand all the way down the side body. Inhale, taking that hand back, finding our reverse. One exhale, coming over that foot, stepping back, and finding our three-legged dog. Exhaling that foot down into our vinyasa, moving through to our plank. Exhaling halfway. Inhaling upward facing dog. And exhaling down dog. From here, dropping the knees onto the mat. We'll exhale the hips back and down. Bending the hands in front of us. Third eye to the mat. Just getting nice and grounded here. And gently inhale through. Coming back to our tabletop. This time stepping the left foot up ahead. Outside of the hands this time, a little bit wider at the mat. You can keep your knee down or float it up off the ground. We're going to inhale for our cat. So this is our cat lunge, just like our cat and cow, opening up that chest to the sky. Then exhaling, straightening that front leg, rounding the back for our cow. Our cat lunge. Inhaling for cow, dropping the chest, looking up to the sky. And exhaling that front leg straight, rounding the back for our cat. A few more rounds here. Really getting into the hips. And exhaling back. This time coming back into our runners, dropping that back knee. We're just going to take our left hand onto that left knee, send the left toes out to the side, pushing into our knee, just finding that nice gentle twist here. Allowing everything to sink down. Nice deep breaths all the way into the belly. And exhaling out. See if you can twist a little bit more. Looking towards your back foot. Then inhaling back to the front. Hippie toeing that foot to the center of the mat. I'm going to set up for a half Hanuman. So pointing those left toes to the sky. Straightening that front leg, straightening the spine. Inhaling here. And exhale, folding over that leg. And nice, easy, controlled breaths here. Allowing everything to release. Pulling that left hip in line with the right. And when you're ready, inhaling into that knee. And exhaling back for our downward facing dog. Gently coming onto our knees one more time for tabletop. This time sending the right foot forward and finding our cat and cow lunge. So floating that back knee up off the mat if you like. Inhaling, dropping that belly down, looking up for our cow. Exhaling, straightening that front leg for our cat. Rounding the spine. Inhaling cow. And exhaling cow. Inhaling cow. And exhaling for a cat. Finding a rhythm of your own pace. And coming back to your runners, dropping the knee. Sending that right foot out to the side. Right hand comes to right knee. And exhaling to find that twist. Deep breath, inhaling here. And exhaling, twisting a little bit more. Looking for your back foot. Opening up the glutes, the hips, the hammies. Deep breaths in here. And exhale to twist. We inhale back through the center. Heel toeing that right foot into the center of the mat. Setting ourselves up for a half Hanuman. Pointing those right toes to the sky. Straightening that leg. Inhaling, lengthening the spine. And exhaling, folding forward over that leg. Allowing everything to release. Pulling the right hip in line with the left. On the inhale, you're going to come into that right leg. Tucking the toes of the left and lifting that back knee. You're going to move as much weight as you can into that front standing leg. And inhale that left leg up and back. Finding our standing split. So you might find your legs only going here or here. Trying to get it as high as possible. And you're going to exhale, bring that left knee behind the right knee and find your Shiva squat. Bending into that right leg. And inhale, standing split. Exhale, Shiva squat. Inhale, standing split. One more time. Exhale, Shiva squat. And inhale, standing split. Gently stepping that leg down to forward fold. And recuperating here. Hands behind the calves, pulling yourself in deeper if you like. On the exhale, taking that right foot back into our runner's lunge. Inhaling here, putting your weight into that left leg. And inhale into that standing leg, taking that right leg up this time. Trying to find our standing split, opening the hips up as much as we can. And then bringing that right knee behind the left for our Shiva squat. Inhaling up. And exhaling down. Inhaling up. And exhaling down. One more here. Inhaling all the way up. Then bringing that foot down to meet the left. And hanging in our forward fold. We circle sweep the arms all the way to the sky. And exhale the hands down through heart center. Allowing everything to just recalibrate here. This time we're going to move into a balance we haven't done before. So planting the left hand, left foot on the ground, really grounding down. We're going to inhale that right knee up. Bending into our left, we're going to cross that right leg over the left. If your legs are long enough, you can even tuck that right foot behind the calf of your left leg. Inhaling, right hand under the left, elbows out in front of you. And exhaling, sinking down even lower into that standing leg. Maybe hands just come back to back, or they meet. Really opening up the shoulders. Inhaling here. Exhale to sink down a little bit more. Then inhale, slowly unwind. And placing that right leg down. Shaking it out if you need to. Now grounding down through our right foot. We inhale that left knee up. And exhale, crossing it over the right leg. Bending into our right leg. We inhale, left hand under right. Elbows push out in front. Sinking down a little bit more if you can. Breathing here. Everything sucking in toward the midline. One more inhale. And exhale, gently unwind. Finding our standing position one more time. Now, grounding that left foot down one more time. Inhaling that right knee up to the chest. And this is the one where we practice sending it in front of us. So if you just want to grip underneath your hamstring or your calf, or maybe peace fingers, finding the right toe. Inhaling here. Then exhale, sending that leg out straight in front of you. Maybe left hand finds your left hip, finding balance. Deep breath in here. Standing nice and tall. Then on the inhale, your exhale is going to send that right leg out to the side. Maybe left hand goes out to balance you on the other side. Opening it up. If you can't straighten the leg, just bending it is fine too. Then inhaling gently back to center, releasing the leg and finding the standing position. Maybe gently shaking out those hips again, giving your body a little bit of a twerk. And then setting up, getting nice and grounded, shoulders back and down, right foot into the mat. We inhale that left foot, knee to chest, and grabbing where's comfortable for you today, maybe behind the hamstring, the calf, or your big toe. Inhaling here, then exhale, sending that foot out in front. Imagine that one piece of string pulling you from the top of your head. Long line of energy from the sole of your foot to the top of your head. One more inhale here. The exhale, sending that left foot out to the left. Again, totally fine if you fall back out. Just get back up. Noticing if one side's easier to balance on than the other. Inhaling back through the center. And exhaling down. Inhale the hands all the way up. And exhale, folding forward. Coming down into or onto our bellies. You're going to bend that left leg, reach your left hand behind. Open that chest. Stretch open that thigh. That right hand coming out to support you. Breathing into this stretch, opening up the shoulder, opening up the leg, opening up the hip. And exhale, release that one onto the ground. Turning your left cheek onto the mat. Inhaling, supporting yourself with the left hand this time, reaching back with your right hand to grab your right foot, kicking into that hand, opening up this side for a half bow pose. Taking deep breaths in here. Exhaling out. Releasing everything to the mat. Placing your right cheek on the mat, turning to the left. This time we're grabbing both legs for our full bow pose. So however you want to do it, you can grab one then the other, or grab them both at the same time. Bringing the knees together as much as possible and kicking the legs out, belly into the floor, opening up the shoulders by kicking into the hands, lifting the chest off the ground a little bit more. And exhaling back down. Hands come by the chest, pushing yourself up and back for your child's pose. Inhale back to an easy seat on the mat, sending the legs wide. Deep breath, nice and tall here, pulling the flesh from under the seat bones. Inhaling here, then exhale forward. Maybe inhale, halfway lift, lengthening the spine. And exhaling, folding over. Allowing the legs to open up. Deep breaths. Each exhale allowing you to fold a little bit further. Hinging at the hips, leading with the chest. Toes pointing to the sky to protect the knees. Just surrendering into the mat. Gently pushing into the hands, inhaling up. Exhaling, walking over to the left. One more inhale here. And exhale, folding over that leg. If you need, maybe bending that left knee or flattening it out, wherever you're at today. Exhale to release a little bit more. Deep breaths all the way into the back of the legs. Allowing gravity to just do the work as you fold over this left leg. Pushing into the hands, gently inhaling up. Exhaling, walking to the other side. Inhaling here. And exhale to fold down over the right leg. Deep breaths all the way into the back of the hamstring. And exhale to release, folding over that leg a little bit more. Gently pushing into the mat. Inhaling up, nice and tall. Placing the right leg down, pointing the toes forward. Left leg on top of that. Setting up for our fire log. Inhale the arms up, nice and tall here. And exhale, folding over. Feeling the stretch in the hips, in the glutes. Again, each exhale allowing you to bring your head a little bit closer to the shins or to the mat. If you're still sitting up straight, maybe just dropping the head a little bit more. Allowing everything to just melt into the mat. Inhaling up, pushing into the hands, walking yourself up. Keeping that right leg on the ground, pointing the knee forward. Step the left leg over the right. Inhale that right hand up. And exhale, turn to twist. Looking that right arm outside the left elbow. Sitting up nice and straight. Twisting a little bit more to look behind you. Each inhale allowing you to sit up a little bit taller. Each exhale allowing you to twist a little bit more. One more inhale here. And exhale, twisting slightly more. Inhaling the hands back, finding your counter twist. And just folding over the right hand side. Bending up for fire log on the other side. Left leg goes down on the mat. Right leg on top. Pointing the toes. Inhaling the hands all the way up. And exhaling, folding forward. Using the hands to ground down into the earth. Imagining that you're breathing in all the good energy and exhaling out what you don't need. Each inhale, inviting a little bit more space. And each exhale, allowing you to release. Gently pushing into the hands. Sitting back up, finding a twist on the other side. So right knee comes behind the left. Inhaling that left hand up. And exhaling, turning to twist. Hooking that left elbow behind the right knee. Sitting up nice and tall. Massaging all your inner organs with this beautiful twist. One more inhale here, finding length. Exhale, turning to twist a little bit more. And inhale, bringing your hands all the way through, over to the left. Gently relaxing into that counter twist. Then inhaling back up. Making your way onto your back. Exhaling vertebrae by vertebrae. Bringing the knees to your chest. Doing some big hip circles. Taking the knees out wide. And then bringing them back in. Hugging them in close and finding your happy baby. Rubbing the outsides of your feet. Pulling the hips down. Back is completely flat to the floor. Taking a deep breath in here. And then exhaling to find your Savasana. Taking up as much space as possible. Allowing yourself to melt into the mat. Taking a deep breath. Scanning from the top of your head. All the way down your body into the tips of your toes. Taking deep breaths. Out to full. All the way into the belly. Feeling it expand like a balloon. And exhale slowly and controlled for a count of 6. Gentle inhale. Controlled and smooth exhale. Allowing yourself one more moment of peace and quiet here. Not having to do anything, be anything. Simply existing on your mat. Imagining that you're floating in an ocean, a lake. Finding yourself buoyant on the surface of the water. Allowing yourself to just breathe gently here. Noticing if there's any sounds around you. Any birds, wind, rain. Exhale. Even more. Taking one more breath here. And exhale, sigh it out. Two more cleansing breaths like this. Inhale. And sigh it out. One more time. Inhale. And sigh it out. Bringing attention to your fingers and toes. Wiggling them a little bit. Bringing your attention back to your mat. When you're ready, rolling over to your left side, hugging yourself in the fetal position. Breathing into this energy one more time, hugging yourself nice and tight. And exhaling out. Gently pushing into your hands, coming up to a seated position, eyes closed. Get nice and comfortable here. We'll finish the practice by chanting Om and 3 Shantis. To bring the hands together, take a deep breath in. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May you go forward today, feeling at peace, knowing that you can always return to the sanctuary inside of yourself. Namaste.